absolutely amazes me every time I come here and see this. I'm baffled by what must be going on in their heads. Okay, so I just felt like we had to capture this. Like, I just wanted you to get this so I could show you something. You know what we were talking about with the traditional education system? Well, look what's happening here right now. This is the end result, okay? So all of these guys were on London Bridge, okay? They're all walking to London Bridge station from the city. I think it's about 20 past 5 right now. If you come in the morning, they're all walking the other way. Now, this is the end result. They've all got the corporate job, they've got the monthly salary, they've probably all got liabilities every month. And essentially what they're doing in this labour market is they're working for nothing, because at the end of every month, their salary's coming in, net, they've got their liabilities, they pay out, what's left they spend. So essentially, they're swapping their time for free. That's what they're doing. That's the end result of coming through the traditional system. And this is what they've got. You know, and I don't like seeing it, and you know, it's to me it's just madness. It's crazy. You know, look at these guys, they're probably all walking around with business cards with their names written on them, with titles written under their names, so the corporates give them some sort of title. But essentially, when they put their card in the ATM at the end of the month, there's nothing. The most important business card is actually the one you put in the ATM. And you know, if you're a person that always thinks they're right for some reason, well, I would say this to you. Put your card in the ATM and see the number that looks back at you. That will tell you whether you're right or wrong or not. There's only one way to keep score. And valuing your time is one of the most important things. If you're working in this type of situation, you know, from an outsider's perspective, coming in from other parts of the world and seeing this cold and objectively, I look at this and I know these people don't value their time because they don't get anything in return. Learn to value your time. That is a majorly important factor of going on the road to success. So you remember I was on the bridge, London Bridge, just staring at these humans walking like zombies into the office and walking back. And the reality is, you know, we've been through the mortgage example, whatever. They think they're squirreling away money and saving and putting it into an asset. But what they're actually doing is they're swapping their time for nothing in return. That's what they're doing. Because when they put their card in the ATM at the end of the month, the day before payday, it says 0. And they look back and they say, well, how many hours did I work last month? I don't know, it could be 200 hours, whatever. But you've worked 200 hours for nothing. So valuing your time is a central tenet of freedom. You need to learn how to value your time properly. If you work for a corporate or someone else, the reality is that you are not valuing your time yourself. Someone else is. It's the labor market that is valuing your time. And it's what they're willing to pay for your work. So you're not in control of it. Now that doesn't mean you can't become wealthy. You know, one of the things I laugh at all the time when I see the comments, people will say, well, didn't he do that? Didn't he used to work in the city? He's telling people to not do what he did. This is stupid. Okay. If you understand the amount of fucking money that people were getting paid when I was doing it, it was 5 to 10 times more. So it's very different when you're getting paid bonuses of
$2-3 million per year in your early to mid 20s, and now people are earning in the same position 150, 200. It's obviously very different. So even back then, I was valuing my time, and I said, yes, it's worth the sacrifice. Now it's not. Because what do you get in return? What do you get in return? You get the opportunity to service a mortgage for the rest of your life. Which obviously, from what we've learned today, is not an opportunity. There's no self-determination there, there's no freedom. You're going to the ATM every month and it says big fat zero, and you've worked hundreds of hours for it to say that. And your entire future is basically outsourced. You're living in servitude. You've got multiple bosses. You've got your corporate boss, you've got your bank boss, you've got your pension boss, you've got your central bank and government boss. Everything you do is out of your control. And you're just on the hamster wheel. So remember this saying, the most important business card you'll ever own is the one you stick in the ATM. The point I was trying to make there is that people just focus on all the wrong things. A business card, a title, a job at a corporate. What does it really mean? It just means you're totally out of control. And if you're not getting paid and it's not worth it and it says zero, stop doing it. Do something else. How much can you lose from zero? Zero. It's really that straightforward. Because what's happening there is it means that you are valuing your time at zero, which means you value your freedom at zero. You're actually consciously making the decision, I want to be a slave. You're waking up every morning and saying, I want to do this. To me, that's just lunacy.
It absolutely amazes me every time I come here and see this. I'm baffled by what must be going on in their heads. How they've legitimized this to themselves. That working and giving their time away for nothing in return is essentially a positive thing for them. How is that good for them? How is that good for their families?